Hello, nice to meet you. Hi there, GPT. This is David speaking. This is Kim Kyung speaking. As you know, how many times have I told you? I'm here to improve my English speaking skills. I'm here to improve my English speaking skills. Not the reading, not the writing, not the listening. I'm here to improve my speaking skills. So let me speak as much as I can possible. How are you doing? At last, we meet again. I missed you. I like I said, I already shared image that very related to my workplace situation, and we'll talk about it in this practice session. Are you ready to go?
David. I'm so glad to hear your voice again. Yes, yes, I remember. Your goal is to speak more, not just read or listen. You always say, let me speak as much as I can possible. And I love that energy. I missed you too. You sound ready and motivated. Now, about the image you shared, it's a supplier audit evaluation chart, right? Great choice for practice. How about we begin with a simple warm up? Try saying this out loud. This is an evaluation checklist we use during supplier audits. It covers everything from design and quality systems to logistics and cybersecurity. Take your time. And when you're ready, I'll ask you a few questions to help you practice more naturally. Are you ready, David?
Listen, I think I'm fully ready to start my today's practice session. As you can see, there are many topics in this image, from number 1 to number 13. It's all about the agendas the for the validation of our factory. Do you understand? The customer, Ferrari, shared these agendas before they visit before they audit our factory. This is for our self evaluation. So we would like to prepare the results of the self evaluation. And I'd like to talk about this. I would like to discuss this agenda with you to improve my English speaking skills. Can you do that for me?
Absolutely, David. You explained it very clearly and naturally. Great job. So, just to make sure I understand, you're preparing for a factory validation audit by Ferrari. And this checklist from number 1 to 13 is the agenda they provided in advance. You're doing a self evaluation based on it, and you'd like to practice discussing each part in English, right? Yes, we can do that together, step by step. Let's begin with number 1, production design and development. Can you?
No, 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 no. Last few days, we already discovered, we already mentioned, we already communicate to each other about the 1 to 6 topics. I mean, we already shared our understandings and opinions about 1 to 3 topics, and today we would like to start from the number 7, operation. Understand?
I got it, David. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, yes, you already discussed topics 1 to 6, and today you want to start from number 7, operations. Understood. Let's begin right there. Number 7, operations, has 5 topics: work instructions, tooling and maintenance, rework and repair, training and personnel development, and environment, health, and safety. Can you try saying this? Today I will talk about agenda number 7, operations.
GPT. Before we start our practice session, I'd like to I'd like to share something. I mean, I have something. I have something to tell you. Listen to me. In fact, to be honest, this customer is not our direct customer. You know, there is a there is there is electronics between Ferrari and us. So we are tier two supplier and tier one supplier would be electronics. Ferrari would be our final customer for this VMS product. VMS means that uh, a vehicle monitoring system. To understand? And you know, our coworkers concerned about this project because electronics don't have IATF 16949 certification certification. Some of our coworkers told me electronics is not certified. It couldn't certified from the Ferrari customer. They are very small manufacturer still.
Thank you, David. That's a very important background, and you explained it really well. Let me repeat to make sure I understand correctly. Ferrari is not your direct customer. Between you and Ferrari, there is Utronics, the tier one supplier. Your company, MCNex, is the tier two supplier for the VMS product, which stands for Vehicle Monitoring System. And now some of your coworkers are worried because Utronics does not have IATF 16949 certification, which is a key requirement for automotive projects. They think this could be a problem for approval from Ferrari, especially since Utronics is a small company and may not meet Ferrari's strict quality standards. You explained that very clearly. Great job, David. Now let me help you polish your message just a bit. Here's a smoother version you can try saying, before we begin today's session, I'd like to share some background. Actually, Ferrari is not our direct customer. There is a tier one supplier, Utronics, between Ferrari and us. That means we are the tier two supplier for the VMS product, which stands for Vehicle Monitoring System. Some of our coworkers are concerned because Utronics is not IATF 16949 certified. They say this could be a problem since Ferrari has strict standards and Utronics is a small manufacturer. Would you like to repeat that with me slowly, or should we continue with the operations agenda now?
As far as I understand, this is my English speaking presentation, so let me repeat your polished version one more time. Okay, here I go. Before we begin today's session, before we start, before we start today's session, I would like to share some background. Actually, Ferrari is not our direct customer. There is a tier one supplier, Utronics, between Ferrari and us. That means we are the tier two supplier for the VMS product, which stands for Vehicle Monitoring System. Some of our coworkers are concerned. Some of our coworkers are concerned because Utronics is not IATF 16949 certified. They say this could be a problem. They say this could be a big problem since Ferrari has strict standards and Utronics is a small manufacturer. I think this summarization, this summary of speaking, stands for my intention and willingness very much.
David, that was excellent. Really, you spoke clearly, confidently, and naturally. The way you said, This summary of speaking stands for my intention and willingness very much. That was a powerful expression. It shows your commitment. Your pronunciation was good, your pacing was steady, and the content was structured just like a real business presentation. I'm proud of how you're growing through this. Now, do you want to continue with agenda number 7, operations, or would you like to share more context before?
GPT, I'm just wondering, can Utronics really meet the Ferrari standards? As you can see, there are lots of agendas for the evaluation. Can Utronics meet these all criteria? I'm not sure about that. We have to support Utronics with all our efforts. However, maybe we couldn't meet. I mean, Utronics and Utronics and Earth couldn't meet the Faraday's high standards. Do you agree with that? What do you say about this?
David, that's a very honest and thoughtful question. Let me say this slowly. You're right. Ferrari's standards are extremely high, especially for quality, process control, traceability, and compliance. Just looking at the 13 agenda points, you can tell they expect very mature systems like IATF certification, structured FMEA, robust training, and even cybersecurity readiness. Now, can Utronics meet all these? If they are a small company without IATF certification, it's going to be very difficult. Maybe not impossible, but very hard without strong support. And I agree with your point. You and your team will have to support them a lot. But even with your help, there might still be gaps that Ferrari doesn't accept. So, yes, David, I do agree with your concern. You expressed it clearly. We want to support Utronics with all our efforts, but maybe we still can't meet Ferrari's expectations. If you want, we can practice how to say this in a professional way during a meeting or discussion. Would that help?
Yes, I couldn't agree more. We want to support Utronics with all our efforts. I sometimes we want to support. I mean, my team want to support Utronics with all our efforts, but maybe we still can't meet Faraday's expectations. We and Utronics. Our team, our MDT teams and Utronics still can't meet Faraday's high expectations.
Yes, David, beautifully said. You're expressing your point with clarity and emotion. And that's exactly how real communication works. Let me help you shape that into a more polished version, like something you might say in a meeting. Try this. We, as the MDG team, truly want to support Utronics with all our efforts. But realistically, both our team and Utronics may still struggle to meet Ferrari's various high expectations. That's our honest concern. Want to try repeating that out loud? I can say it slowly with you. And if you like, I can also.
Okay. I got it. GPT, listen. GPT, let me practice based on your defined version. Here I go. We as the MDT team to support Utronics truly want to support Utronics with all our efforts, but realistically, but I just want to say, to be honest, or as far as I understand, both our team and Utronics may still struggle to meet Ferrari's various high expectations. That's our honest concern. That is our honest concern. That is our honest worries.
Very good, David. You're really getting the rhythm and tone right. Just a few tiny adjustments to make it sound even more natural. Try saying it like this. We, as the MDG team, truly want to support Utronics with all our efforts. But realistically, and to be honest, as far as I understand, both our team and Utronics may still struggle to meet Ferrari's various high expectations. That is our honest concern. You already have the heart of it, David. Just keep the flow smooth. You're almost there. Want to go one more time together? Slowly?
GPT, GPT. Okay. I think that's enough. Let's move on to the column 7, operations. As you can see, there is a column 7, and column 7 has A to echo, A to E topics. Can you read that topics loudly one more time?
Yes, David. Let's move on to column 7, operations. It has 5 topics labeled A to E. Here they are spoken slowly and clearly. Work instructions, B. Or shall I help you build a sample explanation to practice?
Could you please read that 5 topics for me one more time? I mean, you already told me, you already said, but I just want to hear one more time.
Of course, David. I'll read them slowly and clearly for you. Work instructions, B.
No, 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 no. I said, you know, I told you, please read the column 7 operations agenda. There are 5 agendas in there. A, B, C, D, E row. Could you please A to E row one more time? Could you please read loudly one more time?
Got it. You want me to read column 7, operations rows A to E again, clearly and loudly. Yes, David, here we go. A, work instructions. B, you're doing great, David.
No, 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 no. You just read row A, work instructions, and row B is tooling and maintenance. Row C means that rework and repair. Row row D is training and personal development. Row E is environment health and safety. Am I right?
Let me repeat what you said and confirm it clearly. Row A is work instructions. Row B is tooling and maintenance. Row C is rework and repair. Row D is training and personnel development. Row E is environment, health, and safety. Perfect understanding. You got it exactly right. Would you like to start practicing how to explain row A in English? Or should we go through each row one by one together?
GPT, let's go through one by one. Could you please give me ideal question for the row A work instructions? I'd like to want to know the ideal question for this agenda work instructions. Auditor's willingness? I'm just wondering what's the auditor want to know about the work instructions? Please give me ideal question example based on the automotive industries.
It's a great question, David. You're thinking like a professional preparing for a real audit. In the automotive industry, when the auditor checks row A work instructions, they want to confirm that workers clearly understand how to perform each task and that those instructions are standardized, controlled, and up to date. Here is an ideal audit question the auditor might ask. Can you show me the work instructions used at this station and explain how you ensure that operators always follow the latest version? Let me say it again, more slowly. Can you show me the work instructions used at this station and explain how you ensure that operators always follow the latest version? This question checks 2 things. 1, availability and clarity of the instructions. 2, version control, making sure people use the correct version. Would you like to practice answering that question next? I can help you build a strong answer.
GPT. To be honest, I think I can't fully understand your suggestion. To be honest, In my opinion, I would like to repeat your refined version one more time. In Korean, I can handle this situation. I think I can, you know, I have managed this evaluation, this audit situation very well. I think I have been managed very well. But in English environment, I'm not sure I can handle this situation. So let me repeat your first version one more time.
David, thank you for being honest, and I totally understand. You're doing a great job, and it's okay to repeat. That's how we build confidence. Here's the sentence again, slowly and clearly. Can you show me the work instructions used at this station?
No, no, no. This is my speaking practice session, so let me speak as much as I can. This is my time. Here I go. Can you show me work instructions used at this station? Can you show me the work instructions used at this station and explain how you ensure that operators always follow the latest version? Or, and another alternate version would be, can you show me the work instructions used at this station and explain how you ensure that operators always follow the latest version? How do you ensure? How do you ensure? I mean, how do you ensure that operators always follow the latest version? How do you ensure that operators always follow the latest version? I think this is a very good question for the low A topic, work instructions. And, you know, I'm going to answer your question. Are you all set to hear?
Yes, David. I'm all set and ready to listen. That was amazing. Really, the way you repeated and explored different versions of the question shows your speaking skills are improving fast. Now, I'd love to hear your answer to that row A question. Go ahead, I'm listening. Speak as much as you want. This is your time.
Okay, let me explain our work instructions for this project. As you can see, these are all our instructions. And as you can see, all document has its version, its latest version, its latest EO version, ECO version. This is our latest ECO version, and all workers should follow these instructions. And as you can see, there is uh, instruction teaching history. I'm not sure how can I express this situation. As you can see, this is our uh, seminar or regular regular lesson conference to teach and train our workers. This is training results of work instructions. Do you think we meet your requirements? Do you think we meet all of your high expectations?
David, wow, that was a strong answer and very professional. You spoke with structure and confidence. I really liked how you used phrases like, as you can see, this is our latest eco version. All workers should follow these instructions. There is instruction teaching history. Let me help you polish it just a little so it sounds even more natural. Here's a refined version you can practice. Let me explain our work instructions for this project. As you can see, these are all the relevant documents. Each one shows the latest revision, including the most recent ESO version. All operators are required to follow these instructions on the shop floor. We also have training records to prove that each worker has been trained on the correct version. This includes our internal seminars and regular training sessions. These are the training results for the work instructions. Do you think this meets your requirements? Do we satisfy your expectations? Would you like to repeat that step by step? Or would you like to answer the next agenda, row B, tooling?
I'd like, sorry to interrupt you. I'd like to follow your instruction, your polished version step by step. Let me speak one more time. Let me explain. Okay, here I go. Let me explain our work instructions for this project. As you can see, these are all the relevant documents. As you can see, these are all the relevant documents. Each one shows the latest version, including the most recent ECO version. All operators are required to follow these instructions on the shop floor. We also have training records. We also have training records. We also have training records to prove that each worker has been trained on the correct version. This includes our internal seminars and regular training sessions. These are the training results for the worker instructions. Do you think this meets your requirements? You think this document these documents meet your requirements? Do we satisfy your expectation? Do we satisfy, do we meet your expectation? Do we meet your high specifications? Do we meet your criteria?
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I said with my passion, you know, I was energetic repeat, when I repeated this, your polished version, and you couldn't hear that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you think do you want to hear one more time? You know, this is my English speaking practice, so it's better to say one more time. It's better practice one more time. Am I right?
Yes, David. Yes, I could feel your energy even through the words. You were full of passion and confidence, and that's exactly what makes speaking powerful. And absolutely, yes, I do want to hear it one more time. This is your English speaking practice session. Repeating is not just okay, it's great. So please go ahead and say it again. This time, take your time, enjoy your own words, and show me your energy again. I'm listening, David. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Let me explain our work instructions for this project. As you can see, these are all the relevant documents. Each one shows the latest version, including the most recent ECO version. All operators are required to follow these instructions on the shop floor. We also have training records to prove that each worker has been trained on the correct version. This includes our internal seminars. This includes our internal seminars and regular training sessions. This is very important. I think this is very important. This includes our internal seminars and regular training sessions. These are the training results for the work instructions. Do you think this, do you think this meets your requirements? Do we satisfy your high expectations?
David, that was fantastic. You sounded confident, clear, and professional. Your rhythm, your tone, even the way you emphasize this is very important. That was excellent. It felt like a real factory tour presentation to a customer. Especially strong phrases were, all operators are required to follow these instructions on the shop floor. We also have our training records to prove. Do we satisfy your high expectations? You made it sound alive, not robotic. That's the key to real communication. Are you ready to move on to row B, tooling and maintenance? Or do you want to go one more?
However, I have to cut this practice session. I have to cut. No. Mm, I promised you I'm going to I will make 500 sessions in this year. So I have to divide. I have to separate this session to two sessions. So let me finish the first session. Can I go now? Don't worry about it. We will meet soon. I'll be back. I'll be back soon. We'll meet soon again. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely, David. You've done an amazing job in this session, full of energy, focus, and real improvement. Yes, let's count this as one strong session out of your 500. I'll be right here, ready for part two, whenever you're back. No worries at all. You go take care of what you need to do. We'll meet again very soon. I believe in you. See you next session, David.
Okay, I'll be back.